Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, made a notable return to High Court in London this week as part of his ongoing legal battle against a major British newspaper publisher, joining fellow claimant Liz Hurley to show his support as she gave her account under oath. The court proceedings, which have drawn widespread attention, involve a group of high-profile figures who are suing the publishers of a popular national newspaper over alleged unlawful information gathering. What began as a legal challenge initiated by Harry has grown into a broader fight that encompasses claims from actresses, musicians, campaigners, and other public figures who believe their privacy was violated over many years. Harry's presence in court on this day was not to give further testimony, but to stand beside Hurley as she faced intense questioning and shared her deeply personal experiences with the court. The focus of the legal action centers on allegations that a newspaper publisher engaged in unlawful practices to gather private information about well-known individuals. Those bringing the lawsuit contend that the publisher's methods cross legal boundaries, involving invasive surveillance and the tapping of phones, bugging of homes, and unauthorized access to private details that were later published in articles. Harry and the other claimants argue that these actions constituted serious violations of their privacy, causing emotional distress, reputational damage, and harm to their families. They are seeking accountability and redress through the courts in what has become a complex and highly publicized case. Liz Hurley, a prominent actress and model, gave emotional testimony in the High Court, describing how she believed her own privacy was violated by the newspaper's actions. In her evidence, Hurley recounted that she believed her landline phone was tapped and that microphones may have been placed near her home, allowing private conversations to be overheard. She spoke about the years during which articles about her personal life appeared in the press, and the distress these caused, particularly when they touched on sensitive topics. At times visibly emotional, Hurley explained that the alleged invasion of her privacy left her feeling vulnerable and unsettled, concerned about the long-term impact of those intrusions on her life and on her relationships. As Hurley addressed the court, Prince Harry remained present to offer visible support. He sat near her son and watched as she responded to questions from the publisher's legal team. His decision to be there was seen by many observers as an expression of solidarity, reflecting the shared nature of the claimant's struggle against what they view as intrusive and harmful media practices. Harry's own testimony in earlier days of the trial had been marked by intense emotion as he spoke about the personal toll that media coverage had taken on him and his family over the years. He described the constant intrusion into his private life as deeply distressing, affecting not only him but also those close to him. Harry's remarks in court highlighted the impact that intrusive press coverage had on his wife, whom he said experienced significant distress due to the intense scrutiny and negative portrayal in the media. He spoke candidly about how the onslaught of coverage had affected his wife's well-being, describing the experience as a profound and unwelcome burden. The prince has made clear that his motivation in bringing the lawsuit was not merely personal, but also rooted in a desire to challenge what he sees as unacceptable practices that can affect anyone in the public eye. His legal battle is part of a broader effort to push for greater accountability and responsibility within sections of the press. The group of claimants in the case includes not only Harry and Hurley, but also other well-known figures from entertainment and public life. Each claimant has presented their own testimony and accounts of how they believe their privacy was invaded. Their allegations encompass a range of practices that they assert went beyond lawful news gathering, including the alleged interception of voicemails and the use of covert surveillance. These claims have been met with robust denial from the publisher, which has insisted that the information in question was obtained through legitimate channels, such as voluntary interviews, public statements, and details provided by sources who chose to speak. The publisher's legal team has also argued that some of the claims may have been brought too late to qualify under legal time limits for such actions, adding another layer of complexity to the proceedings. In the courtroom, the publisher's representatives have characterized the claimant's case as lacking sufficient evidence, asserting that journalists relied on credible and lawful sources for the articles in dispute. They maintain that the reporting was based on legitimate journalistic practices and that allegations of unlawful information gathering are unfounded. Throughout the trial, both sides have presented differing narratives about how information was obtained, with the claimants emphasizing privacy violations and the defense emphasizing lawful news gathering. The judge overseeing the case will ultimately have to weigh these competing accounts and determine the legal merits of claims. For Harry, the proceedings represent the culmination of years of frustration with how sections of the press have pursued stories about his life and the lives of those close to him. He has spoken openly about feeling watched, judged, and misrepresented by media coverage, which he believes played a role in shaping public perception and contributing to ongoing scrutiny. His decision to take legal action follows earlier cases he has brought against other media outlets, some of which were resolved through settlements. This current trial is seen as one of his most significant legal battles, involving allegations that span decades and encompass high-profile incidents. Beyond the legal arguments, the case has drawn attention because of the personal stories shared by the claimants. Hurley's emotional account highlighted the distress she felt when private aspects of her life were exposed, including details from sensitive periods that she had hoped would remain private. Her testimony demonstrated the human side of the legal battle, reminding those following the case that at its core are individuals who feel wronged and want their voices heard. Observers noted how Hurley, despite the emotional weight of her testimony, remained composed and determined to present her experiences in court. Prince Harry's support during her testimony underscored the sense of camaraderie among the claimants. His presence served as a reminder that this case is not only about legal principles, but also about mutual encouragement and shared purpose. By attending court to support Hurley, Harry showed that the fight against perceived media intrusion extends beyond his personal story to encompass a broader concern for privacy rights and media conduct. As the trial continues, it is expected to last several more weeks, with further testimony from other claimants and possibly additional witnesses. The outcome of the case could have far-reaching implications for how privacy laws are interpreted and enforced, particularly in relation to media organizations and high-profile individuals. For now, the proceedings continue amid intense public interest, with each new day in court bringing fresh insights.